a recent Review Journal article, they talked about how much you need in 2026 to be able to afford a home, and the numbers are pretty staggering. They're showing that you need $111,000 in household income to afford the average home in the Las Vegas Valley. Now, the average home obviously is a mix between some of the luxury and some of the entry level. However, if that is the number, that is dramatically higher than what it was back in 2015, where it was only about $42,000 to afford. Now, we could look at this in a doom and gloom scenario and say, whoa, that is so huge. We know that incomes have not gone up that much, maybe between 15 and 20%, depending on if you're looking at median versus average. But, back in the day, 2015, the household income was around 64,000-ish. And homes, again, about 42,000 is what you needed, right? So most households were performing at a better rate than what they could buy a home for. Now here we're at 111,000, and that average income is somewhere in the area of about $88,000. So we're below that from an average income standpoint, and we certainly don't want to see that. But there is some silver lining. One is it's not just based on the home values, it's based on the rates. And today, great news. Rates actually came down, and guess what? We see a 5 in front of the number. The national average right now is 5.99% for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. And if you're VA or going FHA, it can be even lower than that without buy downs. So when you get into some buy downs, you can really get into those low 5s, mid 5s, maybe even some high 4s. And if you're going to a new build, well, they definitely have some incentives in the 4s as well. So with all of that, we will see that affordability index come down and make homes more affordable. Hopefully within the next few weeks, we might even see it break through the $100,000 mark back into 5 digits somewhere in the 90s. That would be amazing, right? But the other things to think about is where people were in, say, 2015, regarding talking about what was going on in 2011 and 12 and going, oh my gosh, homes are so expensive again and it's so tough to afford them. And they're looking back a few years before at numbers saying, wow, we only needed a household income of $25,000 a year in order to afford a home if we're looking at the 2011 numbers at the bottom of the after the crash, right? So everybody at any snapshot of time can look back and talk about what was. However, those people that did buy in 2015 or even at a higher time of 2018, because the prices really continued to go up at 2015, we hadn't even corrected fully back to where we were prior to the crash in 2008. So 2018, 2019, people were like, we missed the boat. We're waiting for the next crash. And those people that ended up buying are very happy they did because they're sitting on 150, 200, sometimes even more equity